is the best tasting of the pasta substitutes. They have others, and they're just not the same as pasta, you know.
Dan's Italian,
Good.
by the way, so
Which
he
I know.
knows. So
Yeah.
he knows
I
good
went to
pasta.
lunch today with Tom. Guess where we went? Carrabba's. Okay? So it wasn't, you're not given a menu. They have, here's your dish, this is what you get, because it was a fundraiser thing. And so I got some pasta, regular pasta. I got a nice chicken with some sauce on it, and they serve bread, of course, with olive oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I purposely ate one piece of bread and ate the pasta. They just give you a little bit of pasta like that. I can tell you I feel the effects of it already.
Yeah.
I feel lethargic. I feel my thinking's a little clouded. I don't have the cramping. Usually I get cramping from it. Gastro cramping.
But if you did that 2 or 3 days in a row, you would be, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Can you pass that around? Dan?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dan, are there
Yeah,
restaurants
have the
like in
bread,
our
too.
area that have gluten-free items
Yes.
on the menu?
Yes, because it's becoming so common, more and more of the restaurants have a gluten-free menu. You just gotta ask for it.
Ask for it.
Okay.
Carrabba's does.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of the major chains have it
Bonefish
now.
does.
Bonefish does, yeah.
And if you go to most pizza places, you can ask if they can make a gluten-free pizza. My mom is gluten-free, so, and they might not even put it anywhere on their menu or say it or advertise
So
it,
you have
but
to
if you
ask
ask it, yeah.
See, this is good, we're learning so much, thank you, Dan.
This is a gluten-free cracker.
Oh.
It's made with, basically with brown rice flour. But it does have potato starch in it,
Okay,
okay? So you can try one of those.
Okay, thanks, I will.
Pass that around.
I just found.
Is it okay if we try one if we even know what it is already?
Yeah.
Is
Go
this
ahead,
the
I'm
one by,
sorry, Joe.
I just found one that I particularly, my sister-in-law has gotten me hooked on them, for gluten-free crackers by Crunchmaster. It's called multigrain. And Pepperidge Farm also makes baked naturals, which is gluten-free.
Okay.
And this multigrain, it's so tasty. You can see the little pieces of grain, and then you put the cheese on there. They're so filling, and yet they're healthier.
And do you get that in the gluten-free department?
These are in the, she says they're available at Publix, but you can also get them at like Sam's Club and
Oh, okay.
you know, but they are available at,
And you have so many you could eat at one time?
yes, it gives you, this one is, you can eat 25 crackers.
Oh, they must be small.
So, well, I'm sure they're like this,
Uh-huh.
you know, but, I mean, when was the last time we ate 25 crackers?
Crackers,
I mean,
yeah,
if you
especially
ate
with
half
cheese,
of
yeah.
them, you'd be
Mhm.
doing
Okay.
well anyway.
Yeah.
But I tell you, these multigrain, if you ever get a chance to try them, like with a little cheese on it or something like that,
Uh-huh.
they're delicious. I
Okay.
don't know, this is it! This is it, yes!
They are
And
delicious.
this is it, they're
Where do you shop? I know
You've
you
got
go
to
to
try
Trader
them, they're
Joe's.
delicious.
Where else do you go to
Whole
get
Foods and,
Whole Foods and Trader Joe's?
and,
Did you get these
Um,
at Publix? Or did you go to the health store?
You get those at Publix.
that I didn't, I don't think I got those at Publix.
These are
but,
the ones.
um,
They're
Fresh
wonderful.
Market.
They are good.
Oh, fresh
Aren't they
market.
Fresh
I
market.
love, I love that.
And
Fresh market?
they have
Yeah,
these
Fresh
by the big box at Costco.
Oh,
Okay.
Like, and they have two,
I love
mean,
them.
then they have, they
Those
come
are
in
the
like
ones
two
I would
cellophane
eat.
Publix
bags
has,
with
is getting,
Where do you get them?
They really
I
are
get it
getting
from
a
my
big
sister-in-law
section.
now,
I
but
noticed
she picks
that.
them up at Sam's Club, but they are available in
Oh,
Publix, she
uh-huh.
said.
They are.
And
the
they're
reason I
so-
bought,
These
I
are the
brought the
roasted garlic,
soup
the ones I get are just
is
plain.
because
Oh, no, that sounds like these.
I want you to
Yeah,
know the
tasty.
gluten is in a lot of our soups, especially
Oh,
if
yeah,
they're,
for thickener.
yeah, for thickener, you know, so.
Mm.
This brand, Amy's,
Amy?
you can get this at Publix.
Yeah.
The one
You have to
serving
go in the
is
healthy
14
food
crackers.
aisle,
So, yeah,
Yes.
okay? But I wanted, the reason I brought it,
is it really burning?
was that I wanted to show you that
You don't want
on the
to-
back,
The ones I
she
have
specifically
plain.
says gluten-free,
Uh-huh.
but also no GMOs.
Oh, that's good.
Now
So
that's,
what
now
you
this
said
is
to
what I
watch out
wanna
for.
talk about at this point. The reason today's wheat is bad is because it has been so genetically modified that it is causing problems in humans as we consume it. And I'll give you just a little, very brief, I'll keep this brief, but our ancient wheat, there was nothing wrong with it. And then at some point in history, they took our ancient wheat and they cross-pollinated it with another kind of wheat, and we got our secondary kind of wheat, which we had for years and years and years, where that you ate when you were little, your parents ate, and there was nothing wrong with it. Back in the 1950s, as early as the 50s, they began to experiment with bioengineering or genetic modification of plants and animals and things. Okay? And
Which is what the GM stands for.
it stands for genetically modified organisms, GMO. Okay? So they started with wheat. Now here's their reason or excuse for doing it, and it's a good one. They said, we're going to genetically modify wheat so that we can produce more wheat per acre. We can produce a wheat that is resistant to disease, resistant to pest. Okay, we can produce a wheat where we can make it stronger, so that because some wheat, wheat is normally 6 feet high. It's not that way anymore, but it's normally 6 feet high, and you can break, amber waves of grain. You've heard that, right?
Yeah.
And so they have genetically modified it so it's only 3 feet high. It's very strong, sturdy. And what does that mean exactly? Genetic modification means they can go in there and they can remove certain chromosomes and they can add certain chromosomes. Okay? So that's what they've done. It took years for them to develop this, and finally around the 1980s, they got it down. They went to our government, to the FDA, and they said, this is what we're going to do, and it's fantastic, and we're going to be able to feed the world. And so the government said, go for it. Oh, by the way, there's no testing on human beings, but we can tell you that it's not going to hurt humans. Go for it, the government said. They didn't require any testing on humans. They went by the word of the companies that do this. Okay? So, what has happened now, years later, it's showing up in the doctor's office.
Right.
Okay? And the doctors are scratching their head. They don't know why this is happening. They don't know what's going on. They don't know that it's the wheat. Okay, now, wheat in particular, and he talks about in this book why that is. They also genetically modify corn and soybeans, and all kinds of things. But wheat in particular has this adverse effect on our bodies, so that it causes things that we haven't had any explanation for it. And what you're going to hear from the doctors is, well, none of this is proven. Okay, so how it's being found out is by hit and miss, or doctors like this who are treating their patients by saying, okay, let's remove wheat from your diet and see what happens. And they're getting results. So this particular doctor, he also had a weight problem. He was overweight. He was getting exercise and he was eating healthy. But he still had a weight problem. Okay? And through all the experimentation with wheat, and this book really is at the level for medical people. It's at that level when you read it. It's a hard read. Because he really goes deep into medically why it's bad.
Make a nice Christmas present for your